What's going on, guys? This is Ty from Master Kicks, and today, like I said, we're going to talk about the Yeezy 350 V2 Carbon. Now, the shoe is coming out tomorrow, and it's going to cost about $220. So we're going to try to figure out how many pairs were made, and we're also going to try to figure out the resale value based on the information that we have. So last year, when I was writing about the Yeezy 350 V2 Shield, I came up with certain numbers, and those are the numbers that I'm going to use to be able to make my assumptions, because Adidas doesn't give us any information anymore as far as like who's getting the shoe and all that kind of stuff. So I had to lean on information from last year. So let's go to that, and I'm gonna present in just a minute. So how many pairs made? So let's see. In Europe last year, when I was doing the article, I figure it was 374 stores that were allocated an inventory, and then in Asia it was about 179. And then we had some more in Australia and New Zealand. That was 15 stores allocated. And then in Africa, we have 21. And in Canada and South America combined, they had 85 stores. So those are the numbers that I had from last year. So I'm going to use these numbers to create my assumption. So we're going to jump into the assumption. So the assumption is pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to give 120 pairs per store, even though I'm assuming that everything will be done virtually. We know that it's probably going to be virtual, but let me act as if the physical stores are going to get it, and they're going to render the shoe just like that, just like it was normal. And then we're going to create some other things. So 120 pairs per store, and then we're going to assume that the online allocation is going to be another 1/3 of what the stores are getting. And then the last thing we're going to do is this. We're going to assume that the rest of the world is going to get about 2/3 of the inventory, and then the USA is going to be left with 1/3 of it. So if like every other country gets 6,000, this is the 2/3. I mean, the USA is going to get about 3,000. So this is kind of what I'm creating here. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run our numbers. And that's pretty easy. So based on what we say that it was 120 stores, it was 120 pairs per store, and in Europe it's going to be 374 times 120, in Asia 179 times 60, and Australia 15 times 20, and in Africa it's going to be 21 times 120, Canada 43 times 120, and South America 42 times 120. I came up with 70,000 pairs, 70,140. That's like the number that I had. And then the online allocation, I took the number 70,140. You divide it by 3, you get 23,380 pairs. And then we're going to use that number, and we're going to add it up to the physical stores. So I came up with 93,520. And then for the USA, we just take this number and we divide that by 3, and that's going to leave us with 31,173. I made a colossal mistake here. I just realized it. That's the dumbest thing I could have done. So we're going to fix that now in front of you. I made a stupid mistake. As a mathematician, I need to be banged, but I fixed it. So this number represents 2/3. So to get the 1/3, we just have to split it by 2, divide it by 2. So I came up with 46,760, and I took that number to 48,000. Now to get the total allocation, you just have to add up the numbers from the rest of the world and the numbers for the USA. So when I did the addition, I came up with 141,520. So, and I took that number to 150,000 pairs. So the next thing we're going to talk about, who's getting what. I'm just basically building this based on assumptions. So I need to give you my disclaimer. You need to read this and understand that don't use my information as the truth. I'm just giving you a picture. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt. All right. So now let's go on and talk about resale, the resale value of the shoe. So I'm going to give you a quick graph, and we're going to use that graph to see what's going on here. So let's go on my Excel spreadsheet here. I'm going to show you a couple of things here. Okay, so this is what's happening. I'm going to try to put that position outside, and at the end, you can see this is resale value per size. We're not interested in that yet. We're going to talk about the resale value per resale value versus time. So this is between September the 29th and October the 1st. As you can see on the graph, between those 3 dates, the shoe was like 312, 303, and 299. This is really easy for us to use this information because it shows you there's no outliers really. Like the shoe is probably not going to sell for more than $300. So you are looking at the profit revenue around the $300, 30, 305, something like that. I'm going to go back to my graph here real quick and show you something. You are looking. This is what we are looking at. So basically, I'm gonna give you that breakdown. Like I said, you are looking at profit between 290 and 300, and let's just say 300. So I checked for like possible outliers. I didn't have any irregular values. I only found one, which was a size 13 and a half. And if you see the size 13 and a half, it was selling for like 352, which we will see in just a minute. So I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Um, let's go back on our spreadsheet here. So if you see size 13 and a half was selling for 352. Every other size is like $300 or a little more, but not much. So you understand what this means. We're going to talk about your margins. So we are looking at this kind of margins, and we're going to talk about how much profit you're looking at. Like, based on the current resale value, you can expect to make anything between $30 and $40. It's not going to be more than that. Your markup are like 17% or 13%, so that's not the greatest margins. But you can decide whether you want to buy these shoes for resale purposes or not. Now, I know a lot of you guys want to know where can I get it because you want an authentic pair. So I'm going to show you where you can get it. I'm going to go back on my website, and you can just, I have a list of a couple of retailers there that you can see. Or you could just click this button, buy it now, and it takes you straight to my eBay authenticated sellers. You can buy those from there. I hope this helps you guys out. And by the way, I just shared an article yesterday on the how to spot the fake Jordan 13 Lucky Green. So you want to go and read it. But I'll be sharing this on my on YouTube as well, so you can stay tuned for that. And be sure to share these videos if it helps you guys out. Share it and subscribe to the channel, because this content takes time for me to do, so I'll appreciate it if you can share it and then sign up to House of Kicks. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.